As we preparing for Pesach, one of the things that we need to keep in mind is that our clothing also needs to be kosher. Obviously, I'm talking about Shatnez. It says in the Torah, that the Jew is not supposed to wear wool and linen in a clothing. When they are intertwined, then there is a prohibition. So much so that there is a story of one of the Gedolim, if I'm not mistaken, Harav Yaakov Kamnitsky, that he was traveling in a train and he wasn't sure that on the seat that there was in the train, he thought there might be mixture of wool and linen, and for the entire duration of the trip he did not sit on the chair. Now obviously that's not the halakha, that is khumrah, right? According to the Jewish code of law, a person is allowed to sit on a chair that might have the mixture of wool and linen. That's not considered clothing, but that's a khumrah. So we see how important it is that the Gadol kept that in mind. So our Chachamim teach us that if a person wears the clothing that was not checked, most probably in suits we find those mixtures nowadays, then midah keneged midah. Hashem says, you didn't listen to me, I gave you a mitzvah and you didn't listen to me, so I'm not going to listen to you, chas v'shalom. So they say a person who wears Shatnez and he prays to Hashem with that clothing, that tefillah does not get to Hashem. That prayer does not get to Hashem. So what is the solution? The solution is very simple. In every place that you are, find a local Shatnez laboratory. Here in Los Angeles, Baruch Hashem, we are blessed to have Rabbi Sohayer, right? Laboratory, Shatnez factory. You go to him and you have it checked. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. The most, sometimes if there's a line, maybe 15 minutes. But then you have your suit kosher, for as long as you need it. Right? Now this goes regardless. This goes without saying. Unfortunately, many people don't know that Hugo Boss suits that are very expensive, 99% of those suits have mixtures of wool and linen. Right? Around the shoulder, around these parts that have to be, really suit tight. And then, therefore, you need to really make sure that it's Shatnez free. Sometimes they can remove the Shatnez, they can remove the linen, but sometimes they can't do it. So a person needs to make sure. Now it is interesting, unfortunately, Hugo Boss was one of the companies that sponsored the clothing of Yemach Shemam Zichram, the Nazi soldiers, and all the generals. And that is one of the most clothing that you could find Shatnez inside, Hugo Boss. So you spend that money, maybe $500, $600 for a suit, one of the most expensive ones. So know what you're getting. I heard from Rabbi Sohayer that somebody had 30 suits, most of them Hugo Boss, and in every single one of them, Shatnez was inside, wool and linen. Now, when it comes to the suits of kids, also a person needs to be careful, even though that it says 100% polyester. A famous story here in Los Angeles by Rabbi Aryeh's son, Yechiel. He should live at Me'av Esrim, right? In the clothing of a 1-year-old suit of a 1-year-old boy, they found Shatnez. Now you could take same brand suit to a person who checks for Shatnez, and it could be maybe a few of them Shatnez free, but one of them could have Shatnez. So the brand doesn't make a difference. If it says 100% polyester, doesn't make a difference. You need to be careful, and it does not become batel b'shishim. A person says Shatnez would become batel b'shishim, right? That I have a little bit, one thread of linen in wool, it becomes batel, it nullifies. No, it would not. So Be'ezat Hashem, with knowing this, we should prepare for Yom Tov Pesach, Be'ezat Hashem, in a much better way.
شهروار چی؟